better than the best. I'm lucky just to linger in.
Hi, I'm John Cerruto and welcome to Summit Spotlight Community Service. I'm with Laura Gump today. Laura, welcome.
Thank you very much, John.
Laura, a longtime Summitite. You grew up in town, you're here with your family, and you're involved in a lot of community activities. Tell us about, for example, the Y. You're involved with the YMCA.
The Y, organization near and dear to my heart. I joined the Y board about 3 or 4 years ago when it merged with Summit Child Care Center, which I had been on the board of. And the Y does so much more than a swim and gym place. And most people go to work out there, or their kids play soccer, or they're part of the Summit Seals and they swim there. But the Y has its tentacles underground, and it's doing so many things. It gives away $525,000 actually last year in 2009 in financial assistance for all different kinds of programs, from somebody who might just need a break on their fitness, joining the fitness center. In fact, we had a run where if you lost your job, you could continue to work out at the Y for 3 months for free until you kind of got back on your feet and you didn't have that. When you're stressed out, the last thing you want is to cut out the one place in your life where you can relax and work out. But we also give assistance to our summer campers. 13% of our campers receive financial assistance. Our child care programs, we have 750 kids, which is a lot more than people realize, and 1 in 5 of them gets assistance, some kind of financial assistance. So really, it's a busy place, and it's also the kind of place I think you feel instantly welcome. As soon as you turn that knob or push that bar and walk into the Y, I think if you're 75 or you're a 6-year-old kid headed to swim class, it's just a very, very comfortable place.
So Laura, so it's incredibly multifaceted, which the general public doesn't realize. Now, I know that you have some youth programs. Can you expand upon some of them?
Well, one of the things that they just started this year was to give free memberships to any 7th grader in the service area. So that's Millburn, Berkeley Heights, Springfield, Summit, New Providence. I think that's about all the towns we have, Long Valley. And any 7th grader can join the Y for free. And it's a great way. A lot of those kids are just sort of realizing what the equipment might do, or they don't really know much unless they have older brothers and sisters or parents who work out. But to have a place where you can go and you know that you're allowed to go in there, they have special fitness training sessions for them, special nutritional workshops for them. And I think it's a terrific way to get kids feeling comfortable with being fit and healthy. And whether you have means or not, you're allowed to go in there for free. It's your Y.
Laura, how about some of the more needier individuals in our viewing audience? Are there scholarships, funding that can help support their memberships?
The Y never says no, and that is one of the things that makes it challenging to be on the board of the Y. But we never say no, whether it's you can't pay for a swimming lesson, or you can't afford summer camp, you lost your job, or even with the income you have, you can't afford camp. There is a scholarship fund, financial assistance fund, that is always available. And as I said, that we gave away $525,000 worth of aid. And that comes mostly, almost exclusively from donors in the community as part of what we call the Strong Kids campaign, which actually is going on now. We just are about to kick it off, and that will run, I believe it's until March. And there's all kinds of events that kind of raise awareness for what the Y does and how much every little, donation helps go into this large pool that we we use.
If somebody wanted to contribute or wanted to get involved, whether it be a small donation or those that are fortunate can give a little bit larger donation, is there a contact?
Yes, there is. Well, we've got a brand new website. It's the SummitAreaYMCA.org. We've had a website, but we just revamped it, and you can donate on any page of that. We make it very easy. The other way to contact is just to call the Y, which is 908-273-3330. And Lucinda Mercer is actually in charge of development there, and she will be happy to talk to you.
Well, we'll put that information up on our screen. Laura, another activity that's very dear to you. I know that you're very athletic and you're involved with the lacrosse organization.
Yes, thank you for asking about that, because that's actually what I spend most of my time doing these days. I own a not-for-profit called Summit Up for Girls, and it is dedicated to empowering girls in 1st through 9th grade to feel more self-confident through the sport of lacrosse. So we run indoor clinics, actually, and outdoor clinics, and summer camps, and it teaches lacrosse skills. There's no two ways about it. We do some great skill building and teach a lot of the game concepts and strategies. But it's, to be honest, it's very focused on making sure the girls feel comfortable and feel confident. We do a lot of team building activities and games that sometimes have nothing to do with lacrosse, but just let the girls relax, be part of something bigger than themselves. They'll be put on a team right away when they join a camp or clinic. And at the end of each clinic day or camp day, we'll have a team challenge. And those girls, whether they're in 1st grade or 9th grade, they're all together, and they have to, do some kind of challenge. It might be something as silly as I give each team a cardboard box, a styrofoam noodle, stickers, rope, identical ingredients, and the girls together have to build a car and put their lightest kid in there and push it 50 yards down the field, and it's the first team that has a car that doesn't fall apart, that crosses the line, and they decorate it, and you'd be amazed how excited like a 9th grade girl can get working with a 1st grade girl because they're all part of this one team, and there's not a lacrosse stick in sight at that moment. They're just really doing something that gets them excited. Kind
of a little mentoring for the 9th grader, building up the 1st grader.
Absolutely, and each girl, like the girl who's possibly not the best athlete, turns out to be, we had a girl at summer camp who was not a super strong athlete, but at the end of one of the camp days, we had a hula hoop challenge. This girl could have hula hooped all the way home and back. I mean, she hula hooped for like 25 minutes, and in the end, it was enough to like push her team over the edge, and they won the whole, camp week just on the hula hoop challenge. It was enough points. Well, she went home and she thought it was, she had really contributed to, to the team. So
it was a real feel-good situation.
Yeah, it is.
Laura, 2 things. If somebody wanted to get involved with that organization, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, they could go to my website, which is summitupforgirls.com, and they could also call me directly, and I can give my numbers. The office number is 908-273-5653, and we run 4 weeks of camp in the summer, in June and July, and then our clinics really run in the fall and winter. And ironically, in the spring, which is lacrosse season, I don't run any programs because I coach my own team at Kent Place, and all of my coaches play or coach for their own team. So all of a sudden, my staff disappears to play lacrosse.
And Laura, this is open to anybody, not just Summit residents.
Absolutely, anybody. We have girls. Primarily, they come from Summit, Berkeley Heights, Chatham, Millburn. But we've had girls. We had a girl come last summer from Queens, because for one thing, I think it really appeals to some parents, the idea of how intentional we are about building the whole girl and not just the athlete. And the other thing that makes us a little different is we offer scholarships for families that might not otherwise be able to afford camp. So I think that might be the two reasons why our service area is actually quite large.
Well, they're all good activities that you're involved with, Laura Gump, and I know that you're a real asset to this community and many others, and thank you for being in the spotlight.
Thanks, John. It's fun to be here. Take care.
You too.